Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Musicians Insider podcast. Today we have a special guest, the lovely Samantha Ava, talented singer and performer, a musician who's luckily in town with us today. That's why we're here in person to help do some vocals on my new record and maybe some backups as well. And also to talk to us about what you're doing. Let's hear it. What's been going on? We did a show at the Horseshoe 2 years ago and met, and now I want to hear what's happened since.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Yeah, it was May. I think that was the first time I ever played the Horseshoe. You've played the Horseshoe a few times.
Twice.
Okay, yeah. So
Actually, no,
twice now.
three times.
Okay.
But I played it in 2012. With
Whoa.
a different, no, wait, 2005. Oh my God. I played it in 2005 and
Oh my God.
let's just keep going.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Yeah. It was great to meet you that night. That was one of my first like bigger shows because the Horseshoe Tavern is like everything, right? In Toronto to play there. It's a dream. So that was really cool. But I actually headlined, I got to headline this year, which was really big for the Horseshoe, like for me, to headline a night there. That was really cool. This summer's been like insane for me. I'm so blessed, like everything that's come my way, the opportunities. It's like I finally cracked the code. And it's been beautiful. Great shows, festivals.
Well, I really saw that you were stepping up, like promoting that you're getting out there and playing. And I was like, it made me go, I need to play. Like, then that's good. Then that's what I was like, oh, I should probably hit her up to do some work because like I need other people in my life that are hardworking like me, but I'm not as hardworking enough as I should be right now because I'm in the studio just trying to get it done, you know.
No, the studio time is another beast. It is. But yeah, right? It's so different than being out gigging, doing shows, like meeting people, things like that. The studio times, like that's where you really dig your heels in. And yeah.
And I'd love to hear your studio experiences because I've been in LA and I found like exactly what I needed to get what I needed done. And I got whisked back here in Canada. And it's like, how do I do it again? And now I'm working with the same people remotely and it's actually quite amazing. And now I have the contacts there.
So cool.
But like here, what's it like?
So I've done a lot of work in Jacasta Studios, the Six Nations.
Okay.
Like that's like my hometown area, like my stomping grounds. But
Perfect for
fantastic.
truth and reconciliation.
Yes,
Talk about this.
yes, 100%. Yeah, and it's actually one of my favorite places to go. So I would like to branch out and maybe work with some other producers, but I don't want to because I'm so happy with Darren and Jill. So yeah, and like getting to work remotely through Nashville during the pandemic, that was an experience for me. I recorded my EP through that.
And what's it called?
It's called The Dig.
What was the release date?
Oh my gosh, when was it? It was last year.
So it's out, it's available. It's
Yes, I've been dropping singles, and what I'm doing is the entire EP will be released probably by the end of this year. We kind of put a hold on there, but I want to release like some records. Like I think that'd be really cool.
Make vinyl?
Yeah.
For shows and stuff. Yeah, I love that idea. And it's hard because like my last album, we never even made any CDs.
Oh.
You know, we just made the album and we will still, but it hasn't like we're making a new one because it kind of I got screwed. My stuff was supposed to come out July 29th, 2020.
Yeah.
So it actually ended up coming out November 2022. So it's totally different. And I did a double album release at that point with my old one and my current one just to get everything in Spotify. But now it's like everyone was telling me you need new songs, and I'm like, I'm not sorry. We played that 5 or 6 years ago at the Viper Room. So yeah, we need some new songs.
Yeah, the Viper Room. That's somewhere I haven't played.
Well, I could go there.
Yes, the physical form is like so cool, and I don't know, so nostalgic. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's online now. Everything.
Oh,
it's
you
like
mean just a live?
like a vinyl, like you know,
Deal.
a CD. Like, oh my gosh, I'm
Well, even CDs, like I remember when CDs were a big thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, growing up, it's like people were like, "No, records are better."
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then suddenly the resurgence to vinyl, like it's like you have to sell vinyl at your shows. We want people to buy it. Nobody's really buying CDs anymore. I thought USB sticks were going to be a thing, and they're not.
No, you know, thank God, because I lose them.
Right.
I lose everything, so it's like goes. But especially mine. I get lost in the music. But yeah, no.
Well, that's what Eminem thinks you need to be. You gotta lose yourself in.
That's
that's what that song's about. You gotta lose yourself in the music.
I'm covering that song. I'm covering an Eminem song.
Which one?
Lose yourself. I'm not lying.
I posted like 2 days ago a clip from me performing that song at the shelter in Detroit.
Switch. I have yours. I was like, that does not taste like
Cheers.
tea.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm.
Mm,
Oh.
that's yours.
Holy sugar rush.
Oops.
Lose yourself.
Yeah, so lose yourself.
Tell me more.
I don't know. The guys were talking about obviously like I'm gonna be adding a bunch of originals, like new originals to the set list moving forward. And I got kind of stuck in playing the same stuff and all the old stuff for a while because I had writer's block. Never experienced it before until the last, well, it was 2.5 years.
I was interested. It's recently just thinking about this because some people I know were talking about creators block where they can't write videos and they can't think of what to film. And I'm like, I have so much stuff like I can't even think of running out.
Yeah, writer's block is a horrible thing for an artist or writer. It's kind of like you're like a little bit in a prison in your mind. It's hell when it's like that's the way, that's your outlet and you can't do it. So I got it once around the time my dad got sick. I couldn't like look at my guitar, I couldn't write music, I couldn't play nothing. It was so weird. But I did continue to play, but I couldn't write anything.
So you had trouble getting new ideas.
Well, it was just, yeah, like I couldn't emotionally go to that place to write.
But can you now?
Oh yeah, and the shit that's coming out is amazing.
That's
It's like the next like I've closed this chapter of my writing and now it's like the new chapters.
kids. If you're writing music, turmoil is like the key.
Ah, right.
Well, like my new album is insanely amazing, and why? Because of all the happenings in the last 4 years, like the pandemic, coming home to Canada, not being able to do stuff, just trying to figure it all
Yeah,
out.
like my life started all over again, and it's starting all over again.
Try moving to your hometown after living in Los Angeles for 15 years, and everyone's like, "Hey, we're all old now."
Well, you know what? Like Nashville's like my second home. I absolutely love it there. I found a huge piece of myself once I went to Nashville, and I swear that's like where I belong. But now LA is intrigued me, and I do actually want to get out there and just because I'm rock country, I'm not just country, and
You're crossover for sure.
Yes, and I think I would
I didn't
do
even think of
well.
you as country. I think of you as like pop, kind of like with a Canadian twang.
Yeah, twang.
That's what Nickelback was, like the Canadian twang. They're like almost country.
Mhm.
That's why I don't like them.
Ah. Hey,
I'll put up with them.
you said that my shit was cool enough that it made you want to play country music. So
Exactly.
yeah. So, but no, I think LA would be a cool place for me to get my feet wet and a bit of a different vibe. And well, it's a totally different vibe.
LA you're very LA actually. I think you can handle it. Like just your vibe. Like you've already got the health thing figured out. You're not putting up with the dumb stuff that happens here. And I think Nashville might be too old for you at this point. Like you need the younger vibe, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I think you need some more electronic
yeah.
into your cat.
Of course you would. Yeah.
Country electronic. I haven't heard a lot of that other than this Beyonce crap. But I mean like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it what are your thoughts on Beyonce?
I think she did something bold and something brave and
Yeah.
I totally branched out. I'm like, I will always support anybody that's trying different waters, like getting, their feet wet different places. So I thought kudos to her, and of course she's going to. She's an absolute like monster artist. So why isn't she gonna jump? Like country's the hottest
Well,
thing
so
right
the
now.
only controversial thing I would say about any of that, because I don't even know like whether her stuff's good country, because I don't listen to country enough to make that opinion,
Mhm.
is I heard that they paid to put her at the top of the country chart, like they bought her spot. You know, they just
Yeah,
and, like,
it's sad. That's where I don't like obviously.
if
I
she's
don't
being
support
paid,
that.
like
Yeah.
they're just buying Billboard, but she's so famous that doesn't really matter. It's just kind of
I
ruins
think it was
things.
another notch in the belt for her to like do that. She did really well with it. I didn't listen to the whole entire CD, but I can't say too much about what it was about or how good it was or
Were
quality.
you a Beyonce fan?
Like I really enjoyed.
Have you ever bought an album?
I've never bought an album,
Okay,
but
then
I
that
do
means a different
listen.
thing.
Yes, I'm actually a bigger fan of Jay-Z, and like that was more my thing.
Well, as we know, you're covering Move Yourself. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be so cool.
So
Yeah.
do you do rap?
Never done anything like this before, so this is like whoa. But I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna make it like sexy and hot. And,
Have
like,
you got a few bars?
Oh my god, no. I'm like, oh my god, maybe next time. Next time, I'll work on that for next time.
I'm curious
The challenge.
to see the evolution of this.
Yeah, well, even us like recording your stuff today, like I've never talked in a song, and I think that it's going to be a thing today.
We're doing a sort of like a Pink Floyd-y, alternative rock EDM-y surreal song called 6421, and I know it's
got a little bit of the Tool vibe. That's why I was really into it. So
we'll see where that goes. We'll show you that later. But today we're here to talk about Samantha Ava.
Yeah, sorry.
Everything Samantha. Do you have a website people should go to that they should know about?
Yeah, SamanthaAva.com.
It'll be right there.
Yeah.
And
SamanthaAva.com, and you can find me on all socials.
Are there any you prefer?
Samantha Ava Music.
Samantha Ava Music. Sorry.
Yeah, AVA. Samantha Ava Music.
It'll be all right there.
Yeah. And then YouTube, you can find my music there. You can find my music obviously like on all the giant like streaming services, and like I'm about to release actually a song that was kind of, I don't want to call it a B track, but it was just it definitely brings up, it's more of like the songwriter-esque vibe, this song, and it's it makes me feel like I don't like, not that I love playing this song, but when I play this song, I feel like I'm like standing like in front of like a gymnasium full of people.
Like you're really,
it's very bare. It's very, yes, it's raw. It's like me. Like it hits home.
That's amazing. I'm just, for some reason I'm visualizing this horrible thank you video from Atlantis, but go on.
You know what, sadly, not right now. I'm not going to do a video to this song. I just want to drop it and let it have its moment in the sun.
There is video?
I wasn't going to, maybe a lyric video or something cool like that. They've got some cool a cover art for it. A friend of mine, Jeff Friesen, just showed up at a bar show I did the other it was like August. And he's like, Sam, can we do photo shoots in between sets? I'm like, yeah. They turned out amazing. They turned out so good. So we're using that. But yeah, so Dead Town Diva is the song. And Dead Town Diva. And if you want to get to know me, that song would be very cute. And yeah, so, and then after that's dropped, I'm literally moving on to the next chapter. I've got I've probably got enough for an EP, like of my favorites. I've been writing a lot of stuff that I'm not so into.
So when you say EP, you mean like 5 songs?
Yes.
Why?
I like to drop singles because just the world we're in now, people don't have the attention span, especially me, to get through an entire album. I do think there's something so beautiful about listening to an album from beginning to end, especially, you know, like
when that was created that way.
Yes, 10, 20 years ago when it was such a thing. People still do it now. Like an album I absolutely loved from beginning to end was the Chris Stapleton Higher album.
A lot of people sing Chris Stapleton out there.
I sing White Horse. That's my thing. But yeah, so that was like an album that I fell in love with, and it just reminded me like, oh yeah, man, we're supposed to sit and listen to like the entire thing. It's a piece of art, right? It's not just song. Number one, you know.
Well, I love Bounce 7 In and Pink Floyd The Wall, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Concept records that you can just listen to, and like even Pearl Jam 10 loops.
Say Pearl Jam 10 is my life. Yeah, that's the soundtrack to my life, yes.
Well,
my young life.
Yeah, me too. I was at Western when that was.
Pearl Jam 10 was everything. Well, I like even like the very first like 4 albums from Tragically Hip. You know, the Tragically Hip albums like Road Apples, and like they just.
So the hip are interesting for me because I was like a Metallica guy and I didn't like the songs that weren't heavy growing up, and the hip were very not in any way in that area, but you just got hammered with it, and then eventually it just grows on you, and then you're at a party, you have to play hip for people, and it was
makes
funny.
People wild. Yeah,
but there's like
I
remember there's guitar players who knew every hip song, but they couldn't touch Van Halen or Metallica or Satriani or anything like that. So it's like different vibes, right? So there are people that are cool because they're playing acoustic Jack Johnson shit, and you're like, oh, but I learned all these songs and no one cares. It's like,
well, the boys were all like, because it's funny because I grew up listening to Tragically Hip, like they were like a staple in my household, my family, my brothers and I all played the hip together and stuff. But when we were like adding songs to the set list, the guys are like, Sam, we have to do a hip song because we need to build more set list, right? I can't. Like, I don't have 15 original songs to fill in right now. I've got 5 originals and maybe 10 covers to fill in, right? So, like, new ones.
And the Beatles did that at the beginning, too. They just grab covers that sound like you.
Yeah, and it's like Trash Bag is one of my absolutely favorite like bands from like my childhood and like just life, right? But they weren't the first for me to jump to for a song. But then the guy said to me like they threw a few out there, and somebody said Cordelia, and I was like, oh, okay, fine,
And
we're doing Cordelia.
It's
'cause I
awesome.
get to rock
Female
that.
vocalists on cover songs is always amazing because like you like Sweet Child of Mine is really hard to sing as a guy, but the girl's like I can do it. It's like oh
Yeah.
wow we can do it right.
They started playing that the other night, and I was like,
I've never done Sweet Child of Mine at karaoke.
I have sang it before.
On Saturday,
Yeah.
someone did it and said, "Can you please sing it with me?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, I'll help you, sure." But I would never ever do it.
Yeah.
But that means when I'm helping, I can do an octave lower and I can like let them do the high parts. But I was actually enjoying it.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's something I would do with someone. We should do that.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, Cordelia was just when I was like, oh, I absolutely love. And then like the way that Gordon sings and that gritty and like his lyrics, like, and especially in that song, it's pretty cool. It'll be cool. I know what suits my brand now, and I'm picky about the covers I add to our list.
She just said the most, I think, important thing we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Brand. For musicians, what the labels look at, and I've been doing a lot of research, is they look at your brand first, kind of thing. Like they listen to the music, and they go, "Well, what's the like?" That's really what they're judging you on.
Because they want to see if you've got what will capture it.
Well, they want to know that it's a brand they can promote. Like it can actually like this is something we can work with. It's defined in this way, and if you can kind of bring that to the table and define your brand, they're like, "Oh, I like it," instead of like look at someone like Chappelle Roan, like they have these weird new styles of music that they're doing, out there.
Stuff out there, yeah. What will stick to the wall? I know.
Yeah. So brand is key, and understand what your brand is, and if you're confused, then your audience will be too. I'm
Oh, you have to have a clear vision. Like that's a big thing for me now. Like I've come so far with the like clear vision across the board. I mean, I don't know. I've never written a song, especially a song that succeeded and like is in my catalog that I've randomly, oh, this line sounds cool, so I'll just slap it in with this story.
Nirvana style?
Yeah. I've never been that person. Like I'm writing this. That's where the country comes out of me. I'm writing a story.
And I think that the way to make lyrics, I'm cutting you off, sorry. But
no, that's okay.
You made me inspired here. So on Smells Like Teen Spirit,
yeah,
the lyrics are so bad that I'd rather sing Weird Al's thought inspired lyrics where he's like the last verse is like the lyric sheets so hard to find, what are the words, whatever, never mind. Like that's Weird Al.
Yeah.
Making fun of what Kurt did.
Yeah.
And now it's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
So if I sing Nirvana, I was throwing Weird Al lyrics.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Well, that was like the same.
I want to see Weird Al.
Oh my gosh. Is he still doing it? Like, is he
He's
still...
incredible.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
I've never been. It's like
I've never been on it.
We gotta go see Weird Al before he stops.
Yeah.
Cheers to Weird Al. My favorite movie growing up was UHF.
I don't think I ever saw it. Right?
Stanley Spadowski, Kramer, and Seinfeld was in it.
Well, I'll have to watch it. So no, music's been great, and I'm going back to Nashville November 4th, and I'm actually got my ass into some rounds, doing co-writes, networking, things like that.
That's great.
It'll probably be one of my busier trips I've had so far, so that's amazing. And then I'm back in December. I've hired a booking agent who's been fantastic, and we have meetings. So I'm super excited for that. Yeah.
Once you start going to like things like CMW and you start realizing that it's like you have to meet people and talk about your business ahead of time, it's like all about who you're gonna meet at these events, you realize like, oh, there's a whole other side to this.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And by the way, there's a whole community of musicians called Do It Together. I'll put a link for that DIT community in Toronto, which you need to know about.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been going to the city now and sort of mingling more and meeting more people and meeting more these people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of community. Also in LA, there's things like there's all these festivals and conferences that just the locals tend to go to. If you don't live there, you're not going to know about them because it's not big enough to fly in for.
Yeah.
So there's just so many things to learn about. So keep networking, going to things.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I try not to get lost in it too. I know that sounds crazy, but you can get lost in that world of.
It's overwhelming.
Well, and I feel like people are always like putting on this facade or this like, you know what I mean? The networking, the meeting, and like, I don't know, you lose yourself in it.
Build a team of people that when you're going to see someone from your team, when you meet with them, you don't feel like they're just and you're taking your money.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put together a team of a bunch of people to release this, and it's like I've known most of the people I'm working with, and I'm just doing my best to like hire the people I know are going to work hard and know what we're trying to accomplish together, not calling people at the last minute for like a quick fix to try to get airplay or something.
Yeah, for sure.
So
well, that's the thing too, quick fix, right? Just to get another part there or whatever it is. So yeah, like I've done a few conferences this year, and I always really enjoyed my national conferences. I've done more Toronto based.
which ones are there national?
Oh, there's the ones through the NSAI. I really enjoyed them, and I have been to a few there, and I will continue. I'll go back there for sure. When I go back there, it's just I feel like it reminds me I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing, and like I'm only growing and evolving and stuff. So I did some in Toronto this year, and I just felt like I don't know, it felt flat in ways, but yeah, you have to just stay true to yourself and not conform. And even with writing, I used to throw myself out there like, let's write, let's write, let's write. Now I just go with like the connections, the organic connections, the vibes. I don't just like every single person I meet, like, let's first date,
It's
right.
like dating.
It's literally speed dating.
And that's funny because when you talk about bands and stuff, like I learned this, I've hired people that were based on how great they were on an instrument. But then it's like they're the worst band member on the planet. So like you have to
personalities.
It's a marriage.
And like, and like I have to give a quick shout out. So it's been a long time coming, but I have such a phenomenal band behind me now. Like I'm so blessed. Like I've got Kyle Bender on drums. He's actually from Slightly Intoxicated out of Niagara. It's fantastic. And he's like my bodyguard. Like
nice.
Nobody will ever mess with me with Kyle on stage. So that's nice. I really enjoy that. And then I have Adam J. Bear. I can't pronounce his last name. Anyways, Adam on guitar, lead, and he's so fun, and he brings something totally different, like different energy. And then my, Old Faithful is my bassist, Louie Roy, and Louie's been with me for, well, it's gotta be 5 or 6 years now, but Louie's just been through all of the breakups and like everything with like band members and people coming and going and nonsense and stuff. But it is what it is. It's part of the gig, right? It's not music is like a lifelong journey. Like once you decide you're gonna do music, it's not like, and you can't look at it as like a
hashtag musician life.
Yeah. It's like
band life.
It's a journey. It's can be a soap opera some days, but you just have to get back to the music and never lose focus of the music.
Well, so I feel like I've sacrificed that whole go having family things. I'm still working on the music thing, right? And like, but
I did it reverse.
So you've done it, yeah.
I'm actually like making up for not lost time, but I'm making like I had a family. And then I broke out with my music. But my girls were what inspired me and gave me the courage to do it. Because I don't think I would have ever done it if it wasn't for my kids. So
most times I hear I can't do music because I have to raise this family. So
I
love
I'm
this.
so
this is awesome.
And the girls push me. Like if I ever have a down moment where I'm like, guys, what do you think of Mommy Takes a Break? Or no, Mommy. Like there's
it's nice to know that you can have a career and family.
Oh, you can, absolutely. And people that think you can't, I'm sorry, but when there's a will, there's a way. Absolutely. And you will make it work. And if you have a good support system, which I do, like I thank God for my family, and I have fantastic friends, and my mother's fantastic help, I have to say. Like
shout out to all the moms out there.
Yes, to all you beautiful mamas. Yeah, but my girls are what got me out there doing it, but I did spend most of my 20s, it was like 7 years. 7 years I sat in my room, me and four walls, and I learned I wrote fucking songs. I wrote hundreds of probably terrible songs, got a few really good ones along the way that made me realize I could write music. And my voice, I always took my voice kind of for granted because it was just given to me like from birth. I don't know if you get that, but like we take it
having maybe the ability to relative pitch is something we have. Maybe.
Yeah,
like to know when you're in and when you're out.
Yeah, like I just take my voice because everybody's like, your voice. And I'm like I don't hear it like everybody else does, but lately I'm starting to really have an appreciation for my voice that I never had before.
I'm feeling that way about my guitar playing because I wasn't a singer at the beginning, and I did take a lot of singing through my life.
Yeah.
But I was a lead singer in a band, and then, I was a lead guitar player in a band, and I wasn't a singer.
Yeah.
And then we had a lot of things happen, and then I ended up seeing I kind of like Metallica, like, well, who's gonna do it? I guess I have to do it, kind of thing. Who's also gonna sing?
Yeah.
I always took training and stuff like that, but now I'm like, I've been going back and listening to tapes of songs I wrote. Like some of the stuff on this new record is from like 1990s. A lot of my songs are from the 90s that I wrote before Thermocline and other bands I
When things were still cool.
Like Dave from the Foo Fighters, a lot of his stuff was pre-Nirvana when he did that. Like the stuff he wrote before the Nirvana band happened. So I've been doing that a lot, and like now I can go back and play songs. Like I've been listening to songs from skateboarding Santa Cruz Wheels of Fire. Like there's a band called 8 Days. I love 8.
The Pickpocket Man. Could be what? Can be a gang.
Days.
Oh, that's sick.
Getting into that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cover it. It's so easy to play now. But when I was little, I was trying to play it on this crappy guitar I had, and I was like,
Take away the children, take away their work, they disfavor my behavior. Tell me by my smell, they disfavor my behavior. Tell me by my smell.
while trying to play.
Yeah.
Now I can play it perfectly because it's all on YouTube by somebody who learned how to play it, and I'm like pro. I can play it, no problem. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Compared to like hard stuff to learn. So it's just inspiring to go back and play songs that I used to love just to listen to skateboarding videos from.
Yeah. That's so cool. Well, you know what? And they always say like, you know, just do you, but it's actually you're doing you, and every single person that's influenced you along the way is like trickled along with you.
But anyone that you're into, ask them who their influences are, and you'd be like, oh my god, they listen to all
They
these others.
shape you, yeah.
Chuck
You
Berry
can hear
and
it in
stuff,
my
you know?
music. Like everybody's like, oh man, I can tell that you're into like 90s music, and like I listen to alternative and grunge and country and rock and roll, and you can hear it in my stuff, and even the way the writing and
It's not that you can pick up.
My
That's from
melodies.
this album.
Yes.
That's from this album I listened to. It's like from this year. This is the sound from this one note from No Doubt or somebody.
yeah. So you know the song "I Am the Highway" by
Yeah, Life's the Highway.
no, I Am the Highway. Oh, Chris Cornell.
Oh, Chris Cornell. Okay.
Oh my god.
Under my skin, and stand too close to you. I feel I am not your only.
No,
I would be your
who was the Rage Against the Machine?
audio slave.
Yes, I was like thinking. So I Am the Highway actually was my inspiration for I Am Night. Yes.
Yeah, we gotta
so
go listen to
cool.
that again.
Yeah, so check it out. I Am the Night. You can find it everywhere.
Love it.
But yeah, I was always like praising my lyrics after like 7 years of hiding away and writing, and then doing all these, you know, like at the last 10 years since then. Gosh, oh my gosh, 9 years I'd say, building my like stage presence and, you know, like my networking and like molding myself as an artist. I was very much
Including your
like,
brand.
yes, I was very much like lyrically like I'm a weapon. Like I always took like pride in that, you know, that was my thing. And I never like appreciated my vocals. And lately I'm going, like, damn, right? Like
Appreciate your
yeah,
talent.
it's
Know that you're
God-given
good.
gift, right? Like
So what I do is I go in with the confidence that I'm gonna make a hit.
yeah,
And then like when we record, I always feel confident that what we're doing is gonna sound awesome.
yeah,
And that's like writer's block's the opposite. I'm like, no, we're gonna make something great. And then sometimes we actually have to take more time in the studio. Hey, wait, we have to write it in the studio now because we don't have it.
yeah,
It is always great to be well prepared, but knowing that you can come up with stuff is
Yeah.
nice and not be ready.
oh, like I'm so thankful that I ever picked up a guitar, and I'm so grateful I did this and I did that, and like poetry and writing and everything. But I'm like, that's one of the reasons I'm such a health nut, and I take such good care of myself. A lot of people don't understand it, but when you're literally your instrument, Like you have to.
100% listen to this.
Yeah, or longevity, like if you want longevity with it, you have to, or if you want to work to the best of your ability, like you have to take care of yourself.
So, as my friends and fans, some of them know, I do a thing called daily walk guy. I walk every day. You walk every day.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
I usually run, or if I'm not feeling it, like I'll walk, but yeah, I
Kids,
mental.
people, you gotta do something physical for your health, like daily, something,
First thing in the morning is amazing too.
Just
The
something.
sun, yeah, you need it. So no, it helps me be more creative that day and feel more like, I don't know. Being out in nature is so good for mental health, which everybody needs some sunshine and some trees and
And
birds
as a vocalist, like even Sebastian Bach, who he's never going to be back with Skid Row, but he's an amazing singer.
Yeah.
Another person who's good at what they do, but bad band member.
Mhm.
He would run and then be able to sing. You can't sing unless he runs that.
I get it because I usually run before a show. I'll run in the morning too. I'm very much in my running. So, but it helps my lungs expand and I just like shake off anything that might have been.
And you kind of know when your crack point is.
Yeah,
You're like, okay,
yeah.
I smoked too many cigarettes or drank too much things or
Yeah.
just been too much of something that now, okay, I can sing this song, but I probably shouldn't sing that one.
Oh, it's so nice because like I don't smoke anything these days. And I rarely drink, so my voice can pretty near do whatever the hell I want it to, which is a really cool place to be. Because I've had all sorts of troubles with my voice, so. Mhm.
So what's next for you? You think? Amazing.
So I'm going into the studio this winter and I'm going to be recording at least 2 singles for next spring. And these ones are like I said, like the new me. It's so cool. I'm so excited for like it's taking the layers off, right? I've delayered. This is going to be a really fun one. I'm really excited for the next.
So in my mind, I what do you call it?
Next season.
I deconstruct it to be like, okay, so I'm going to see her on stage doing something, and then the bass is going to drop.
Right?
And she's up there doing something, and then I was like, whoa.
And I have that thing too. I will like start being really soft and then just but I want to switch it up too, right? Obviously I want to bring something different to the table. Got some really cool vibes. I was singing a little bit more like darker, deeper, groovy stuff, but I'm got into this like really sexy, nice, happy groove. I don't know. It's
So
fun.
I think Samantha's going to take off. She's going to do very well, but if she starts doing more electronic in her music, I'm going to take some kind of lead. I see it happening too. We'll see. Just prediction.
Yeah, well, it's fun to be able to like sing on other tracks with artists that I'm doing like a different genre. That's like I'm excited for that.
It's important. Collaborating.
Yeah, and putting my voice in different, like getting out of my comfort zone. Right?
That's key. Do things outside of your comfort zone. That's a
All
big
the time.
thing in life. Like
I say no, sorry,
Yes.
okay, so you have to be strong enough to know when to say no. Don't be a pussy and say no because you're just being a pussy. You're being
There's
scared.
a lot to take from this.
Yes, like I'm saying yes to everything I absolutely can anymore. Just
Don't be scared to try new things. Say
Yeah.
yes to things.
but
that you
have enough
normally-
respect to know when to say no.
Right.
But be open to yes, and if it scares you, hell yes.
Well, you can't say yes to something where you have to then design someone else's career.
No.
You can't be nice like that, and that's one of the
And that's
problems. You're a
all like
nice
healthy
person.
boundaries.
You probably have this thing where you say yes to things that are other people's problems. I've done this a lot.
Oh,
You're
100%.
saying yes, and then now you're building someone else's castle for them.
Best thing I ever did was to draw up those healthy boundaries. It's been wonderful. It work, life, personal, all.
And I'm super happy you decided to come up here and do this with
Yeah,
me
I
today,
was like,
because this
absolutely.
is a smart move. Come and do some collabs.
Lessen the pressure, just to feel the pull. Don't let it hinder all that you are. If you could only see, if only you could feel suddenly you.
Just get moving, get working in the industry.
Yeah.
And it's getting me working around here too, so thank you.
Yeah, and like I said, you kind of spiced me up the idea of like branching out to LA at some point and just kind of.
We'll be going to the NAMM show for sure in January. I'm pretty sure you're gonna go too.
Well, and
know.
if I can't go this year, I know I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Last year I bought a pass, didn't go, so it's like okay. But I've been before the pandemic. So
But just getting to travel and do all that stuff is so incredible. And like I said, I still get the best of both worlds, and I'm with my girls lots, and I'm hustling, and they get to be there for shows, which is cool too sometimes. And they rode in limos and they've done all that fun stuff. So yeah.
but we ride the most too.
Right? My kids are little hustlers, yes, watch out.
Okay, well, I've got some really dope tracks I need to play for you and show you. So I think
Yes.
we're gonna call this the end of the podcast for today. But thank you so much for coming on the Musicians Insider for me and my fans.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it. Samantha
yes,
Ava,
of course,
the
thank
beautiful
you.
Samantha, and we'll drop all her links below. And we'll catch up with all of you real soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
That's how I feel.